Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a grand campaign event for you. Our first round here is the Eastwood Skirmish. Seeing an overview of that map right now, followed up by our second map, which is going to be Cox's Push. So it should be great to see. Haven't seen Cox's Push in a while, but before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Our teams for today, on the CSA campaign side, who's going to be playing on the Union side both times, you have Hampton's Legion, Hood's Division, Free States Brigade, 1st Delaware, Irish Volunteer Brigade, 9th Corps, Midwest Brigade, and the 36th New York. Whereas on the Union campaign side, who's playing CSA both rounds, you have Colquitt's Brigade, 12th Virginia, 42nd Pennsylvania, 30th Ohio, and the Iron Brigade. Server pop today is 175 in balance of 3 towards the CSA. CSA doesn't have artillery, but Union does with 6 on it, and so in balance of roughly 9 overall for infantry, which is going to be great for the CSA. Frontline reporters today. For your CSA side today, we have Gene from HL, and then from your Union side here, you have Doug from Colquitt's Brigade. So this first map here, it is going to be the Hampton's Legion leading the CSA campaign on Union, and then 12th VA will be leading the USA campaign, who is on the CSA side. So, Eastwood Skirmish is a very, you could consider a lot of war rights maps, but in terms of meta, Union has 3 choices. 2 of them are great, one's not so great. They could push down the left side here. You could take the top of the hill and kind of sweep down the rest of the map. Similarly, you could push far right and then either push into the woods or collapse down the center of the map. Third option is just going straight down the center, but that has never worked in the past. So generally, Union, you just need to outflank the CSA, gain some ground, push their defensive line back, and then win from there. So we'll see how it plays out, though. Looks like Union starting off this round by having a shootout from a distance, which you normally don't see. You normally see Union try to charge and be aggressive right away on either flank, seeing if they can break through the CSA line. But I guess in this instance, it looks like we're going to see a sit around and shot, which you can see Doug looking through his binos there, just trying to see where the CSA at. Obviously, with the terrain moving up and down slightly alongside the corn, it's going to be hard to see where the CSA's at. In terms of the defensive line, you got 42nd PA and 30th Ohio kind of hiding in the corn on this left side. It looks like they're pulling their flag back to kind of conceal them more, because when you look at this, that flag is a little bit above the corn. So you do have CSA on the right side, 12th VA. It looks like they're lining up on the snake fence. Colquitt kind of holding the corner here. I guess that was, when I looked at Doug's cam earlier, he was looking at, okay. the flip side things confuses me half the time, so, but you get Iron Brigade over here as well. Oh, I guess I was looking at Gene, not Doug. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, we're off to a great start here. So, the thing is in theory, the attacker sitting in the shooting the whole time could work. The attackers have a higher percentage of tickets, which, let me look at that exact number for Eastwood Skirmish.
Move up, we're trucking, let's go.
Eastwood Skirmish is a 19% ticket advantage to the Union attacking side. The thing is, though, is that they're limited to 45 minutes. And we've been watching, so far, 5 minutes of a shootout, and it looks like there's been no fighting whatsoever. Kind of the Union line, it looks like you got 1st Delaware and HD on this right side, holding a little further back with 36th New York and Midwest Brigade forming one big line there. HL and FSB a little further back, and looks like 9th Corps running up, taking some shots and falling back as well. So this is a very interesting strategy. Obviously, different strategies seen in campaigns could be due to campaign impacts that we don't necessarily know about. So,
Barney, come here.
Stay at the ready,
that all
boys.
being said, it's kind of just waiting here for the Union team to attack.
Come in. I'll be your color guard.
I mean, with the imbalance, I mean, has that changed at all? I mean, imbalance is 6 in terms, infantry-wise, in CSA's favor. So, I mean, CSA definitely can compete the corners if they want to, but I don't know. So, where is these artillery shots going? Artie is about 90% of the time their dog on this map. That shot looks like it went a little over. But CSA is doing exactly what you should do. The attacking team is not going to push forward and try to charge you out. Spread yourself out, defend from a further back distance so that you avoid taking losses. I don't know why you're crouching. I know there's a bit of terrain. It might provide some cover. I know you're not taking a lot of casualties, but you wouldn't want to lose a couple skirmishing that could hurt you down the line. But it's a minor detail.
Load buck and ball. Load buck and ball.
He's not an officer in this game, Perkins. He's a flag bearer.
I mean, we're almost 10 minutes into the match. It's getting there. Still have not seen a dent in anybody's tickets.
Chevrons, so therefore, we're the same. Okay, well, I'm right in this occasion.
I do too.
Looks like you got HL, FSB, Midwest Brigade. Oh, maybe the whole Union team is starting to shift left. You already have some CSA movements going that way right now. I mean, Union's doing everything as a team. If CSA realizes that Union has let off the gas in terms of the shootout over here, they could be like, oh, they're probably moving the charge somewhere. So, and this event does have a Steam chat, so they can communicate. The officers from all these different groups, they can communicate in one call. So, if, for example, I think the Iron Brigade here, if Iron Brigade sees the Union, they can inform the rest of their teammates on a call, and you can see because of that, the rest of the CSA team is pushing over here. So, I don't know what the point of the first 8-minute shootout was from Union. If anything, time is wasted, and you're now in a bigger crunch. So, Union trying to form up before going in, but obviously the longer they spend getting formed up, the odds of CSA forming up as they should is very high. And CSA is basically one team right now. In a little defilade, but I mean once they peek out.
Defense, get your bayonets down.
Don't be a coward.
Charge bayonets, fuckers. Press B for violence.
CSA starting to shoot some of those shots. Union is, for as many guys as are charging through there, they're pretty together. But here we go.
Come at me! Come at me!
Back up, boys. Back up. I can't back up.
So the question is, a Union, oh my goodness, a flank. What a flank from 42nd and 30th. The biggest reason why this flank is great is they're going to be able to get all 4 of these flags.
Oh shit.
There's 2 down. 2 Union flags ran up close, which when you're attacking and you want to gain some ground, you need to bring your flags up with you so that you can get those mobile respawns up here. I mean, if Union charges their team up here with no flags to get mobile respawns, you're not going to be able to win when the defender has their flag. But what a wipe from 42nd and 30th. They're not really lingering, though, so I think Union, at least King Gordito here, he has one of the flags. He'll be able to get it back to Union. I only see 2 down markers, so maybe one of the flag bearers died out of bounds, or he ran back. Is the flag over here? Oh, where is that flag? It might have just died out of bounds. Just for those of you who don't know, you can see the flag. It's down here. So once a flag bearer is killed, the flag hits the ground. There's a 5-minute despawn timer, and then after that timer hits 0, it despawns and someone can respawn back in with the flag. However, if you run out of bounds, it'll despawn in like 15-20 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Which, that means you can respawn in it. You can respawn back in the fight quickly with it, which I don't see the flag, so I mean, seriously, where's that? Oh, no, Union has 3 companies. I forgot. They have the Sharps, which is held by the 36 New York. They have their fast reloading Sharps rifles. And, they can shoot at about half the rate that normal rifles can. You can see they're also way shorter. They're really bad in melee. So, I have 3 flags. No, literally, like in 90%, 95% of circumstances, each side has 4, but oh well. So 36 New York is pushing up. That's the thing. Union's doing this big old push on the right side, and you like to see it, but they don't have flags. So if a guy dies, he's respawning main. And because Union put themselves in a time crunch at the beginning by shooting down for 8 minutes with no substantial gain,
so I don't have to die.
Union kind of has to charge to keep that pressure up and force CSA to lose tickets. But more than likely, it's going to end really badly for Union. I mean, they're already down on tickets.
Stop resisting. Eat shit and die.
FBI, open the door.
I'm down.
So Union's slowly getting cleaned up. They're bringing. Oh my! Why? I'm glad they're bringing that flag up, but I mean they brought 2 flags. That one's down. It'll probably be picked back up. All right. Flag awareness, you got to be smart with that flag. And again, you understand why they're bringing it up. They want to gain that ground. But you got to realize when the situation's lost. And obviously we have an overview and we can kind of see when things are heading south. But that did not look good for CSA. Or Union, rather. Sorry. So, Union's got 2 flags down. They're going to be able to get this 3rd one.
That's right. Get that flag. Come here, little bitch.
Oh. Hey, didn't get it. So. Union reforming at main. Tickets aren't as bad. That ticket margin did not grow in CSA's favor there. So. That's not a bad push for Union. A third of the match is done now. And Union only got one of those flags, which it looks like a few guys are trying. At least I'm guessing they're trying to get the flag on this front. But CQB is holding there to make sure that can't happen. Also, just holding there because it's a good spot.
Finish your loads, finish your loads, finish your loads.
Finish your loads, take a knee.
When you are loaded, sprint.
So now, okay, what are we doing here, Union? This never works, but CSA is a little spread out.
Get in there.
So the Union's got 2 of those flags now. They're trying to rush him forward. Iron Brigade's holding well. 12th VA is pulling up on the bottom side of your screen. 42nd PA and 30th Ohio on the left. Shooting a volley. And Union split up here. And Confederates are responding to every effort from Union here as a team. So even though Union, nice miss, even though Union lost pretty bad, this group could try to go into the woods and harass CSA and cause some chaos, but looks like 1st Delaware is at least turning towards the CSA, where they're not going to be able to do much. CSA is overextending pretty far, but I think they're just trying to wipe. And is this Midwest Brigade is now rolling up against Colquitt's here. Union still keeping those flags up. CSA down to engage. That ticket gap is increasing a little. You do have that one of the Union groups decided to head in the back side of the woods here, FSB, which I like the decision. The thing is that the width of this map is not that large, and you're seeing how CSA is quickly reacting, going back and forth between the flanks as a team, and I think that's the key word. In order for Union, I think, to... How is that flag still down? But I think in order for Union to have a chance, is they need to get a flag back into the woods, because that'll spread CSA out, and it might cause some chaos. And I like that FSB went back. They are charging here. Looks like they might get 12th VA's flag for 10 seconds, but they pick it back up. But I like what FSB did. I wish they just brought a flag. It's not like they could, though. So, but I think if Union gets a flag in the woods, whether it be the Sharps or anything else, I think that could cause some chaos in CSA. But for now, Union's not able to break the line. And almost Union had a chance because the whole CSA team collapsed on the Union charge in the center. And half the Union over here, like 1st Delaware, collapsed in. And not like they would have been able to do a whole lot in the wood line. Just because, again, they don't have a flag. They could do some harassing, but they can really do it once because CSA would turn around and wipe them. So, we'll see where they go next. Looks like that flag has finally despawned. And that ticket gap is larger in CSA's favor. It's about 1/3 of a morale stage. And look at that. It's back. We're so back. Actually, that's a Sharps flag. That's the down flag, I think. So... Looks like you got some Union infantry holding on the... How many are still on artillery for Union? 7 now. Union's actually up by a few guys. So, I mean, this imbalance is slowly turning towards Union favor. Let's see. Where's Midwest Brigade and IBB going?
Alright, boys, at the sprint, let's go.
At the sprint.
Looks like they're going to go to this left side. Union's bringing that Sharps flag. It looks in the center. And the rest of the infantry is trying to push up this left side here and kind of engage in the shootout, which... This is a lot closer than the shootout that we saw at the beginning of the match.
Fire.
But
Well,
the thing is the same result's going to kind of happen. But with a hair more kills. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. That was gruesome.
That was a volley.
I just saw 6.
4 people left, Dragon. Crunch toast. Please, I don't want to die.
So,
Oh, that's unfortunate. Take aim.
I mean, really, the only way I think Union's going to be able to break this is if CSA screws up badly, which CSA is still playing very well. It looks like they wiped that Sharps group. Is this 42nd and 30th? Yes, it is. So, unless CSA makes a big blunder, Union has to go into the wood line with the flag. Like Midwest and IVB, where are they at right now? Looks like they might have just merged in. Yeah, their flag is here. So the thing is, right, is Midwest and IVB were over there, and the whole CSA team was already collapsing on this corner. So I think Midwest and IVB should have gone down the Union right, push into the wood line, stay there, and maybe cap that point to force CSA back so that the rest of the Union team can move up and take a fence line. honestly, I'm not usually, like, when you're down this much, it isn't necessarily bad to cap the point, and so I really like what FSB is doing here. This has an opportunity to create chaos in the CSA side. If CSA overextends and throws too many guys to try to deal with a small force here, it could result on Union having an opportunity to defeat the CSA in detail. But only Iron Brigade is falling back, and it's a lot harder to see an overreaction from teams in events that have Steam Chat.
Belly high.
And the reason being is that if you're in a Steam Chat with all the other officers on your team, all you got to say is, alright, my group's going to go see what's up at point. No one else needs to go. And so, for example, Iron Brigade, Lucian was probably like, I'm going to go to point, see what's up. He went, and no one else went, and they're going to be able to get these FSB guys pretty easily. Now, if there's no Steam Chat, for example, you could just have, I don't know, 2-3 groups overreact. And unfortunately for FSB, even though they distracted Iron Brigade, the rest of the Union team is still sitting and shooting. I don't know if they wanted more of a reaction, but...
We're giving him take a drop after take a drop, boys.
Check.
Checks unloaded, gentlemen. Checks unloaded.
Flag is through the tree.
I almost caught it with my head earlier.
Yeah.
So Union's trying to extend the line to get some nicer shots on 42nd and 30th, who is starting to fall a little further back. This is a fascinating round. I mean, 42nd and 30th repositioning off the rocks. I mean, those rocks are kind of tiny for a larger group, so you can kind of understand why they pulled off it, but they're going to get a great flanking shot. Here's the thing, right? CSA's kind of spread themselves out, so Union, you got to charge 42nd and 30th out. You got to make them punish. You got to punish these guys for overextending too much. You can see they're like, oh crap, here comes, I don't know, the whole Union team. And so they are going to fall back, and they have fallen back at a very good time. Normally you'll see groups wait a while before retreating, and 42nd PA and 30th got out of Dodge ASAP, so well done on them. Looks like Union's going to try to continue pursuing this. Rest of CSA collapsing. See, great flank there from CQB. And it looks like they volleyed and charged in. I don't know why you would volley and then countercharge. You have tickets to burn, so I guess countercharge isn't bad.
Wait, low rider, low rider.
So Union's down to taking losses. Rest of CSA is countercharging. Back to what I was going to say before we just kind of watched that charge play out, is about 95% of the time I think shooting, like doing a volley and then charging in, I don't really see the point in it most of the time, because I would much rather save my shot to when I'm point blank with the enemy and having a guaranteed hit versus a shot from a little further away, which odds of it missing are significantly higher. So I like saving those shots, but it's a preference thing for a lot of people. There's obviously an argument that if you volley and then charge in, at least everyone's going to get off their shot, because when you charge in, a couple of you guys are going to die. But I guess it's a question of if you want to... It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. It's a question of, I think that more of my guys are going to get to that line so that they can get those point-blank shots. If you don't think so, then maybe volley from a distance. But so I think regardless, you should hold your shot. But preference. So, Union team reforming. That ticket gap is closed a little bit from the half morale stage difference, but this only closed by a little.
Show me the money.
So, who's that? HL going to the far right side here.
Where is everybody?
It just kind of seems some Unions going left. The Sharps, 36 New York is going that way. And you can see CSA is shifting already to where Union's at. It's a wide open map. Similarly to what we'll see with Cox's push in round number 2. But looks like HL with both flags is pushing down the right side. You see First Delaware in the midst as well. And you can see CSA is a little spread out. 30th and 42nd holding down this flank.
Steady.
See how this volley is.
Steady. Hold yourself, boys. Steady.
Pull it back, boys.
Oh, went right in the smoke with that. That killed a good chunk. That was a good volley.
Blow my whistle, baby. Let's go.
So, CSA tried to preserve a little of their tickets, so 42nd and 30th pull off. Iron Brigade is trying to hit on the side, though. This could be an opportunity, with CSA being defeated in detail. 9th Corps rushing in as well. You got, who is that here? 12th VA is now rushing down the side. Looks like the Sharps charged the top of the hillside. You can kind of see that in the distance, so CQB is engaging with them. The 36th New York, and CSA is going to try to countercharge this out.
Why are you sitting there?
Jump up. Hey, bitch, come here. You're a bitch. Ow. Hey, don't play. I didn't bring you to combat.
And it looks like the Union team has beaten Iron Brigade. And the 12th VA getting one of those flags, might be a second one, but here come 42nd and 30th with their reloads.
Hey, in the corn.
Thank you, 42nd.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
They just ended that. And I hope Union had a second ago has vanished. It's probably FSB in the back, but
Nice shoot.
Union at least getting the flags out, which is what you need to do. Looks like CQB won on top of the hill against the 36. Now it looks like they charged them out, which is smart. You outnumber those Sharps by 2 to 1. They suck at melee. So CSA playing well. It's, oh my goodness, it's over 3/4 of a morale stage difference right now. What happened? Eastwood skirmish was so Union biased back in my day.
That's what I gotta do.
Back in 2020 and 2021.
I keep this me on. I think this is good.
So, I mean, it's getting to a point where it's going to be near impossible for a Union to catch up. They can obviously still win this game. They just need to hit CSA down to breaking, and so Union has a whole morale stage to kind of bargain with. So, we'll see what happens. Union looks like they want to go down to that right side again. That Sharps flag is kind of returning back to main spawn, which he just team killed the flag. Someone team killed the flag guy. So, looks like 36 New York is at least going to try to hit that left side again. but this is going to be hard. Again, we haven't seen much impact from Artie. I don't know if 6 guys would really make a difference, though, on infantry. So, I mean, you're just getting curb stomped that badly. Looks like the Sharps repositioning on this right side.
Get something made in the UK.
Go have sex instead.
Artie's operating, looks like 2 guns for 6 guys.
No fucking thank you.
I think we're losing, but I hope we win.
Morgan, you're like 3 years old.
Yeah, me too. We are not losing.
So,
Neo is failing to win.
who said we're merely failing to win?
Thank you, Sasquatch.
You can put some of those sumo wrestling things on if you want.
So, Union's kind of leaking some time here. They got to get CSA down a whole morale stage in 13.5 minutes. It's definitely possible. It's going to take 2-3 charges to make that happen. And then they got to win on point, which will not be easy. So, I frankly don't know what Union does at this point, unless the server ends and says Union wins, which would be a little funny, I think. But here comes the Union team. They're trying to get a little. That's the thing, though, is I think CSA is buck and ball. Union needs to hold the ground. That's the thing. They're losing these fights really quickly, these charges. It's not letting them to get respawns. A great volley there. No surprise. It's hard, though, for Union when you only have 3 compared to the CSA's 4 flags. Let's get the action going.
Not today.
Unless you fancy getting stabbed, boys, Braves.
See, looks like CQB's going into the flank to hit the backside to collapse. Some Union is there, but looks like it's not going to be enough.
Counter job.
Wow. It's a good Artie shot. Got a couple team kills in there, but maybe. But looks like CQB, Iron Brigade, 12th VA, 42nd PA, 30th Ohio, completely wiped this Union team. Artillery getting good shots to kind of clean it up, but the Union 2 flags are down. It's like that one of the flags is back, but it's the Sharps flag, so probably, I don't know. You could make that argument. I might argue that is the worst of the 3 flags to have if you were to have one of them. So it's now over a whole morale stage difference right now. There's no way. Union, now, frankly, I don't know how the casualties and tickets are looking. We won't really know at the end, but it really looks like Union's getting destroyed even on that front. So, you could, for the sake of the campaign, sit and do nothing for 10.5 minutes. That'd be, I don't know, that'd be very boring, but I almost would find that very funny. So we'll see what happens. Union's, oh, looks like Union might be trying to go down the left side again. Those flags are down on the right side. They're not getting them back till about that 7-8 minute mark. But HL, Midwest Brigade, First L, I mean, is there any... I mean, you have the Sharps on the right side. It looks like maybe some other infantry, but nothing significant. I don't...
Yeah, to cost your family less morale damage.
If Union has any shot of winning, they need their flags. Not that there's a huge chance they can win, but They need their flags, and I don't get this decision. It just seems like you want to get destroyed even more.
Do not disobey me.
Where the
Keep moving, HL.
And I mean, CSA already has, looks like half their team positioned up top. Iron Brigade, that's an okay already shot, and Colquitt's.
Am I live? Oh.
And Union's gonna slam in. They don't have flags, so how long can they last? We'll see.
Kill many of you. Don't step away, stay close.
Hold the fence.
They're still coming.
Hold the fence. Hold the fence.
There's more coming.
See, this is the unfortunate thing. Union's actually starting to hold. They don't have a flag, though. Union reinforcements is rolling up. 9th Corps is.
Yeah, we have the Yankees.
Now they're starting to charge in. I don't know if they just got their shots off.
Brace, gentlemen, brace.
Get the flag.
And CSA is going to hold on. Mostly because Union didn't have respawns, and now 12th VA is starting to roll up the side. You have Union Sharps attempting to put some pressure, but they're not going to be able to do anything. And look who's doing the good old flanking maneuver. Union is 1 charge away. 1 charge away from hitting final push. I mean, those flags on the right side, you can still see they're down. We still got another minute or so before they will despawn. Union might wait for that, or they might just try to go, which it looks like they're going to go and try to outbeat the Confederates' pace. But the thing is this map is wide open. CSA is going to be watching where you're going, and Union is kind of going to get back to the flag. So it looked like they broke left, tried to get them on the left side, their whole team, and then charge right immediately. Which, just a little thought, I don't know if this would work, but I almost wonder if Union should have sent FSB over there to pick up the 2 flags while the rest of the team bonsai charged over there. The FSB guys pick up the flags on that side, which are now despawning, and then as Union's dying over on the left and CSA collapse on that side, FSB would be spawning guys in over here, and then Union could get a foothold. I almost wonder if that would work, but this is in hindsight. So that would be an interesting strategy to see. But yeah, Union sent back for the shootout. Looks like some are moving forward. Those 2 flags are despawned. So Union should get those back in a second. Looks like First Delaware is going in for I don't know what reason. Because they're not doing it with their whole team. You know, why are they charging in? They might just be having fun at this point. So they're going to get shot down. The rest of the Union starting to move, and looks like they're trying to do a 2-pronged attack. 1 hitting the right, and then 1 hitting the center. Which, CSA might not even hit breaking here. This is a serious possibility, which I don't know if I've seen that in a skirmish match in a very long time.
Keep going! Keep going!
And you can see 42nd and 30th kind of on that flanking, while 12th VA, actually it's Iron Brigade's taking the brunt here. A couple 12th VA guys in there. And Union will drop the final push in a second.
Nah.
They don't want to final push, though, it'll kind of be wild.
I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm gonna get you.
Oh. Yes, well, somewhere, somehow, Union now has 3 minutes. CSA's not going to hit breaking. The Union's got basically 1 kind of organized charge left, which Looks like they're trying to organize a little bit in that center before they go in.
Go for you,
I mean, can we hear anything, at least from the Union perspective, what the plan is? Probably not, as they're talking in a Steam chat, but we'll see.
The fence, climb over the fence.
Climb on that
Napoleon, move to your freaking down.
Napoleon, move. There we go.
Here they come.
Chunkerton, move.
At least see what it's like from CSA perspective. As they're closing in on a win. A very dominant one with that.
Hold fire.
You can let go. Let go, let me get a shot and then we'll roll.
Not you guys.
And with 2 minutes left, Union is organized. And they're just kind of sitting back and shooting. Looks like they're not going to charge this out and try to get any more losses here. Just try to deal as much as they can from a distance. Wow.
There's enemies on this map? I've just been stabbing hay bales.
So, some of the CSA groups are kind of holding back. Looks like some Union has finally taken the corner on this map. The Sharps hat, or no, Midwest Brigade. But, what the? Looks like some CSA are moving to prevent that from happening. Want to prevent anything major. 40-some seconds left on the clock.
Good game.
Yeah. Nice volley. And on
Stop chasing.
And this is going to be a slow and sad end for the round for the Union. A glorious victory for CSA, and they're not even going to hit breaking. I don't know the last time I've seen a defending team perform this well. But we'll see how it goes for next round as they have to defend again as they stay CSA on Cox's push. But this was something. I mean, you really... I don't know. Union's got to come up with something new. The past few Eastwood skirmishes that I've watched have gone down a very similar way. This has been the most dominant one from CSA yet. So I don't know. You got to cause some chaos in the woods. You got to get one flag back there that isn't the Sharps. So there's that. Also with I mentioned FSB maybe going up and picking the 2 downed Union flags. That's the thing, right? There's a strategy I saw a long time ago on Garland Stand where Union team took all their flags and they ran them to the right side of the map. The whole Union team charged the left. With the Union flags being on the right and Union losing that charge on the left because they don't have the flags, Union was able to get a lot of respawns in quickly on that right side and do fairly well on the right side of the map. Unfortunately, CSA eventually overtook. Flags were lost. They should have set the flags back to the left side of the map. But anyways, it'll be interesting. We'll see you shortly for round number 2. And here we are with round number 2. We're still on 170 imbalance as 4 to CSA. Unlike last round, Union doesn't have artillery, but CSA does. They have 7 on artillery. So overall, that imbalance in infantry-wise is 3 towards the Union today. So Cox's push, you got CSA already up top. CSA infantry down on the bottom on this valley here. And a beautiful map and a simple strategy for Union. Point of contention is located here. Union needs to throw the CSA out of this defensive position, and then they will essentially have control of the map. Now, how do they do that, you ask? Well, if they want, they can go down this stone wall line here. That's what you'll traditionally see. You also see Union go on as far right as they can, before they go out of bounds, to try and turn the flank of the CSA. But it looks like they're going to go down that right side right now.
We're all in the trench together.
So the objective with this is you're running on the CSA flank. They can't. CSA has a similar out of bounds to Union here, so CSA can't hit Union from two sides. They can only hit him from one side. You can only fit so many guys in here, so Union's going to try to turn this flank. It's mostly together, this Union charge is. And Iron Brigade on this flank. Oh my goodness, what a volley there. 12th BA is trying to move in to help Iron Brigade. It looks like this might be a repeat of last round. Colquitt's is trying to flank up the top side and hit him from behind. Union is getting their flags though, which they actually have 4 of this time. Some are actually getting into the stone wall. One is trying to retreat up the hill. I don't know where the 4th one is. But it is complete chaos. And tickets are drastically in CSA's favor. What is happening? Are we going to watch the same thing that we just watched, except on a different map? Union's out half a morale stage in one charge?
Who could have predicted that?
Wait, what if we run out of ammunition and we have only round ball?
Half a morale stage. I have never.
But infinite lives to give for my country.
Oh my.
Oh God.
Fucking ball.
Oh my god, the cholera got that man.
Oh my god,
Dysentery.
Pants up, bro.
He had a really bad case of the shits.
Yeah, let's go Delaware. Double quick.
We might see Union try to charge the center. There's no way they're going to charge that right side 2 times in a row. How is it half a morale stage difference already? We're not even 5 minutes into the round. And one Union guy survived all this. Drelith. Oh, where'd he go?
Oh, I like bushes in my face.
Oh, back to what you were saying earlier, Carcass. Back to what you were saying.
Flag down. Flag's down.
It's fine.
Somebody get
I say it's fine.
We don't need that.
Where? Who? When?
Hopefully Artie, if they see him top right, maybe they'll call it out. It's kind of hard.
Everyone hold. Stay here.
So anyways, Union team starting to make their way up the hill. It takes them a minute or two to get up that hill, especially if they get bayonets and reloads up top. But looks like they're going to start maybe try to go for the center. They don't have the flags this time, unlike last time. Actually, it looks like 2 of them might have despawned. I don't see anything, though. Actually, it looks like they're going to go hard left, which is not a bad strategy. I don't know where these flags are. They must still be down. But it only shows 2 markers, so I don't know. Maybe they didn't despawn right away, and so Union guys, they all spawned in without them. But Union doesn't. They don't have their flags up top. Now this point is a little deceiving. It shows that's in the center here, but it basically extends all the way to that tree here and a little past this tree on this side. It's a long, skinny point. So you will see sometimes Union cap the point on the edge here, trying to force CSA to come out. Which CSA has somewhat come out. Looks like they might be trying to go up to that stone wall to flank. So HL is going to rush down the hill.
They're just gonna kill us again. I see a lot of rebels.
Oh, no,
They
no,
can't
mine.
hit
More,
our
they don't
moving
even see
targets.
us. More of them to kill for you, A-Core.
Oh my God!
Oh,
I'm
oh.
so scared.
Looks like more of that Union team is starting to rush down to try to take 30th Ohio on, who is 142nd. They are simply outnumbered here. But it looks like the rest of the CSA team, which they've been doing all today, is trying to hit the side and the behind of the Union line, which Colquitt's Brigade's charging in here right now.
Oh shit, my bad, my bad.
Fucking ball.
And they're going to wipe that quickly. Iron Brigade is moving in with them as well. I mean, again, Union doesn't have a flag, so even though they've had success, I mean, they have the point right now. But as long as CSA keeps getting the respawns, this is not going to be great for Union. Haven't seen a whole lot of CSA already, but it's not like Union's really been exposed in the open that much.
Execute them like dogs, IB.
Nice.
Alright, so CSA win that. Union's... This is actually ridiculous. If Union gets team wiped, which they should at least have 2 of those flags, they're going down half a morale stage per team wipe. That is insane to think about. So, again, we wait a few minutes. We'll see Union form up and see what their game plan is. It looks like those 2 flags over there have despawned. Which we'll see if they
Form up,
get them. I mean, you got 1 flag here. It's kind of hard to see where flags are, or if they're alive. You got 2 here. 3. I don't know where the 4th is. They might not have spawned in yet, but CSA is hunkering back down in the corner, which they always go back to this same spot. I mean, see, if Union takes this corner of the map, it is very hard for CSA to win. And looking at the tickets overall, CSA is up by 1/3 of a morale stage. It looks like that ticket gap, I don't know, it seems closer than what I remember earlier on, but I don't 100% remember. I mean, CSA kind of got defeated in detail. 42nd and 30th got kind of wiped there as the Union team collapsed on them, which that was a good pickup from Union there. But the rest of the CSA team with their flags was able to get the respawns in while Union wasn't.
Here we go.
Yeah. On this line.
Got some CSA actually moving up the hill a little bit. Looks like maybe trying to keep some constant fire here on Union, which you can't, you know, it's not a bad idea, you know. If you can see Union just sitting around reforming, might as well shoot at them. You're not going to get a whole lot of kills, if any at all, but, you know, all the little things can kind of add up over the long term. So looks like Union is going to try to go down that left side again. Only looks like some of the Union, though. 42nd PA and 30th Ohio are moving to intercept this. Looks like maybe 2 Union companies are moving down. There's a good CSA already shot.
I love my mother.
Looks like HL is the group trying to push that way right now. Already knocking down a lot of the CSA there. Looks like CSA is trying to charge the top side of the hill. Union a little more prepared for that this time. Midwest Brigade and 9th Corps are wiping 1 CSA flag right now. That fight on the corner is looking very close right now. 12th VA is moving in to assist with Colquitt's trying to move in on top. You have a lot of Unions sitting back here, which I don't know why they are. Like, if the Union on the top of your screen charged down that hill, they could wipe 12th VA and be in a very great spot. Like, even these, like, 6-7 guys here, if they charge in here, they're going to wipe CSA, but CSA is at least going to get one of those flags out. And 12th VA is going to hold the corner. Union almost had something there, but a lot of guys held in reserve, whether it be they're respawning, who knows, but this is the result.
Obviously, he's got a soundboard for when he joins.
And 12th VA is going to return to that corner. Tickets-wise, it looks like it's grown a little bit before those kind of scattered charges happened. CSA with only one down flag, it looks like, which CSA might send a guy or two to try and get. We'll see, though. I mean, honestly, Union, I think for the first time today, has kind of reacted well to CSA countercharging their plans. Because we'll see CSA, half to 3/4 of the CSA line will engage with the main Union charge, and then a fourth to a half of the CSA line will try to go in and flank. And we saw Union holding a lot of guys up in this corner and engaging the CSA and starting to win up there. So Union responded well. Unfortunately, it's not really helping in tickets, but at least they didn't get fully wiped. Which, even though they didn't get fully wiped, they're still down half a morale stage. So more Unions starting to shift down. They're going to be a lot more uncontested this time. Whose flag is down for CSA right now? Let's see. Looks like it is the Iron Brigade's flag. So HL is going to go down to the corner. They have plenty of time, so they don't necessarily need to cap. Good arty shot. The only reason Union would want to cap is to try to draw the CSA out to a favorable position, which CSA is kind of spreading out from this, but Union's also spread out as well. 9th Corps is about to be charged from 42nd and 30th.
East.
Or at least get in a close firefight. With the assistance of Artie. CSA is starting to push up on that front as well. Union, I don't know if I like this. Who's charging? Midwest Brigade is charging across an open field, not with all of their guys. They're being shot up by CSA on the stone wall. I don't like this charge at all. Union is taking that point, though. It's like 9th Corps held at least. And honestly, those guys charging down might be doing something, but because half the Union group that was up here pulled off, CSA, Iron Brigade starting to push up here, trying to get their flag and get some first Delawareans at the same time. Got more CSA starting to collapse to keep that point cap. Time is not a factor at this point. It's just Union needs to find a way to get a ticket lead. And CSA is kind of spreading themselves out right now. But the Union on that corner, they need to collapse down to where 9th Corps is here to assist if CSA tries to charge them out. 12th VA just holding close, getting in a shootout here. Union does cap the point. Now, if Union was up on tickets, if the CSA did retake, then the CSA team could regain some tickets, but CSA is up. They have a higher percentage of tickets overall, which means that they're not going to regain anything. So, Union needs to keep this point capped. They need to force the CSA to make a mistake and try to charge them out. So, if I'm CSA, remember you can cap the point all the way to over here. I just try to put more men on the point so that you can retake it without having to engage with the Union. But, for all we know, CSA plan could be to try to charge the Union out, as they're up on tickets, and if they find a good way to charge the Union out here, they could get a great opportunity to get a larger ticket lead. And even if the ticket gap grows a little closer, it is not the end of the world. So, CSA's got some time to do what they want. And we'll see what happens.
Oh, that appears to be an artillery shell. Oh, shit. You don't say. No, I do say, actually. That's why I said it.
And And at least CSA, for the most part, is starting to converge on that corner. Whole Union team is trying to defend that side. You can see they're all spread out. Most of them are standing up. I don't know why some guys are crouching here. Sure, you're providing yourself a little more cover from infantry, but you don't want artillery to hit you and you to lose 3 tickets for your team. So, you have some CSA movement, and this is what I meant. Now it's CSA's turn to attack. And it looks like they're actually doing some coordinated effort here on all the fronts, but I don't know if they're going to hit at the same time. Union is down to take him out. I don't know why you would volley that far away. You're probably missing your shots. You got CSA trying to flank from the far side. Union is kind of prepared for this. I think CSA is probably going to overwhelm just with a lot of Union dealing with Colquitt's. Colquitt's got wiped. I mean, they charged. They were pushing kind of in the open field there, but it's giving their teammates an opportunity to come up the center.
Gonna take so many of them with me.
And look at the ticket gap. It's gone. It is completely in Union's favor now. So great cap here from Union. I mean, that's undeniable. It forced CSA to attack, and CSA made mistakes. I don't get the movement from Colquitt's to go out there. That was the worst angle you could have attacked him. I liked going down the center. I like going from the top of this hill because at least you can entrap Union between your artillery and yourself. But CSA was way too spread out in their approach. So Union's got 2 CSA flags down right now, and they could hold this point for the next 8 minutes if they want to. And tickets will be even going out of this because now CSA's down. They're going to be able to regain some tickets when they hopefully retake. They're hoping they retake. Union's hoping they can just hold this for 8 minutes. So, wow, what a turnaround. Not something I would necessarily have expected. So, CSA starting to get into the fight. Looking at the flags again, it looks like 12th VAs and wait a minute. Colquitt's flag is gone. Do they have 3 flags gone? Oh, yeah, okay. It's going to be picked up, though. So, I was like, there's no way CSA has 3 down flags. Where's the 3rd one? But, no, it got shot down when it was trying to be ran back. So, CSA is kind of returning to this corner. Again, if I'm CSA, I try to retake this point by holding my guys here. If you put more bodies there, then you can retake that point and kind of hold there and force Union to get a little more aggressive, closer to you. And then maybe you could try to take advantage there by them trying to charge you out to retake that point. Who knows? But if I'm Union at this point, I don't know if I retake the point. We'll see what tickets are, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But for now, CSA using both of the stone walls here to their advantage. And look at that. They're doing, as mentioned, they're holding as far away as they can. Now, obviously, if I'm Union, I have more raw numbers overall. I mean, the imbalance is 3 already in Union's favor, but 7 on artillery. It's a 10-man imbalance right now, infantry-wise, towards Union. If I'm Union, I put more and more guys on the point. And now, obviously, that's going to leave you a little more vulnerable to CSA artillery. But I think Union, you need to keep this point capped. It has been your saving grace this round. First, Delaware is trying to shoot off the side. I don't like this. Union needs to be, as a team, ensuring that this point stays capped. Because we saw what happens when CSA has to charge you on this map. They did it pretty badly. And coming up with a groundbreaking plan that'll turn the tide of the battle completely, it's very hard to do. I don't know. It's just a hard position to charge. I mean, all angles are in the wide open. Your best bet is to charge down the center, and even if you do that, Union will collapse on you from both sides. It's going to be hard for CSA to retake by charging. We saw what happened earlier when they tried. So if I'm Union, you keep this point capped. You try to bleed that gold timer as much as you can and force the CSA to charge you out. Just try to force them to do that. So
Let's track him. Let's track him. Go north.
Repel him, repel him.
oh my goodness. Hello, Cold Blitz. This looks a little better than the last time. It caught me off guard. Definitely maybe caught the people on the ground a little off guard, but looks like CQB just tried to get their flag. CSA tickets don't really matter as much anymore now that they're losing on tickets.
Pussies. Pussy. Pussy.
Because CSA regains those tickets, they don't matter as much. So it's fine if they throw away tickets, which to get their flag is not the worst thing in the world. Union collapsing back on that point as CSA was starting to take it. Union putting a little more pressure on the top side. FSB joining 1st Delaware. Iron Brigade's trying to stop. See some 12th VA tags there as well. And they're pulling off.
They're over right, gentlemen.
Oh shit, I'm over right. You know what? Fuck it. Come here, bitch boy.
I'm gonna use your human shield.
Oh, that's my bad.
So that point is teetering.
Hold here, gentlemen. Hold here. Away from the wall.
4 minutes left on the gold timer.
Away from the wall.
I mean, most of the CSA team is on point. I get why Iron Brigade's there, because look at these Union shots. You know, I critique 1st Delaware and FSB over here, but honestly, they're keeping Iron Brigade off point, and they're getting great shots into their angle. Didn't really think of that far, but granted, at the time when I made that comment, they were holding a little further back, so. That's the thing, we guess, and we hope we're right. But we can be wrong sometimes. But 1st Delaware and FSB do pull back up on the hillside. Point is going back in CSA's favor. Union's got a lot of guys that they can put up point. This doesn't feel like the whole CSA team. That's because Colquitt's is moving back in after getting wiped when trying to get that flag.
I hope they don't charge us from the right. They're open ordering to the right of us. Pick up that flag, pick up that flag. Spread out, boys, spread out, spread out. Spread out like roaches. Keep going, carcass. Try not to get hit. Zigzag if you have to.
So at point, yeah, I mean, seriously, the only thing that matters at that point, this point, is where is that bar at? It's going in CSA's favor. Union, I think they need to keep this point collapse. Honestly, if Union just digs it in for the next 2.5 minutes, they win this game. They're starting to collapse a little more. HL's moving in. You also have Union on the right starting to move down. I mean, you have some CSA holding back. I think that's Iron Brigade, so.
Pick up the flag.
I think Union needs to try to hold this. If they don't, it's not the worst thing in the world, but if anything, CSA, honestly, CSA is going to be forced to stay here. They're about to hit breaking, regardless of if this point is retaken or not.
Get uncapped, come on! Joker, good targets if you
And it looks like Union's taking it back, eventually pouring enough guys on that point. CSA hits breaking, doesn't matter. Only time it matters, CSA might hit final push because they're considered the attacking team now. It might drop that gold timer. I doubt it will. But I don't think they're going to hit final push before that. Iron Brigade looks like, actually it's 12th VA they're trying to charge in. Maybe they are the ones on the stone wall. They didn't charge their flag in. Union hits breaking. CSA is starting to retake that point. Good shot from CSA already. I think CSA is going to be able to retake it. And both sides are going to be in breaking. So, we'll see. The 4th of a bar left. And it happens. So both sides are breaking now. CSA forced to stay on the point to make sure Union can't cap and automatically win the game. The thing is, though, Union doesn't have their full force in. They're still responding, and I think CSA is going to try to push them out completely to not let them reform. And artillery is doing mounts of damage, knocking down and killing a lot. CSA needs to charge in. They could sit and shoot them down, because it's going to be a shooting pen for them. They're going to be able to get a lot of kills as Union's still trying to hold and respawn. And so CSA is going to get a lot of kills and a lot of tickets, and Union is already dropping on tickets.
Get these flags up, flags up. Up that acorn. Flags up, flags up.
So Union's trying to get out of Dodge now. You can see some CSA moving up on the top of the hill. Iron Brigade's trying to wipe them out completely, get their flags out of the fight. Unfortunately, I think they're very outnumbered, and they're not going to be able to do a whole lot. They're going to get a good few kills, but...
Lucian, we've overextended there, mate.
And Shifty wants him dead. He dies, though. Union trying to charge this, which they should. Most Iron Brigade getting out. Lucian dying with pistol in hand. They're just trying to get out before they take too many casualties. Looks like 12th VA is moving up to assist with Iron Brigade, which if Union's going to overextend with a few guys here, get those out of lines. Get Union the final push as soon as possible.
Defend yourselves!
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Show me what's up there. Show me what's up there.
15 freeloads.
So look how quickly the tide of battle has turned in CSA's favor. Union really needed to hold that cap, and CSA already dealt the finishing blow. I think Union, maybe when CSA... I get why Union wants to stay on that point, right? CSA's in breaking. If you take it, you win. But with CSA already starting to dial it in a little bit, that unfortunately was not a great decision to get. And this is so smart from CSA. They are trying to hit Union in the final push. They're trying to make sure they can't reform. They're going to lose tickets doing this, but if you get Union in final push, that black timer is going to drop. And if Union's going to spend half the final push timer trying to reform because of this charge, assuming they hit final push, which all indications lean that way. I mean, these Union guys up here, they need to fall back. I mean, I think it's going to happen regardless, but I don't know why those few Union guys are still up here.
We're so close.
CSA right on the edge of out of bounds. Yeah. 3 minutes left. Union is mostly back, but I mean, they're still going to have guys spawning in slowly as they got kind of beat back there. So Union's got, looks like maybe one organized charge. And they could hit CSA in the last stand with this charge. And then desperately try to take the point. It's still very close. I mean, CSA is falling back, trying to make sure that if Union charges, they can shoot them across the nice open field, give their arty nice, beautiful areas of vision. And it looks like Union's going to start that movement going to the left side that has worked so well for them this round. 2.5 minutes. And is Union... Yeah, the Union's going to go in right away. They are not waiting. They are very spread out right now. Colquitt's Brigade's holding on the right side. Union going as closely to out of bounds as they can. I mean, they might be out of bounds for all we know. And it looks like they are out of bounds trying to run down that hill. Just, again, trying to turn that flank as much as possible.
Shoulder to shoulder, everyone.
CSA starting to collapse on here. A minute and a half left. You can see CSA is going to last stand. Union is starting to win this chart. Who's holding back for CSA? Nah, I don't know how much. I don't know. It would have made it a lot closer, but let's see. 12th VA was holding back, and the rest of the CSA team got wiped out front. I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but definitely impactful. Looks like Union's going to pull this out. And I don't know. Wow. I mean, CSA, Union might pull this out. I don't know if they are. CSA, all those guys that are dead, they respawn back in. CSA's got one wave left. And it's going to come down to if these Union guys down here can cap that point before CSA gets there. It's going to be close.
North.
CSA guys dies. He doesn't come. Oh, this is going to be real close.
Spread it out.
Spread out.
CSA, if they get more bodies on point, when that black timer hits 0, they'll win the game. CSA needs to hold, like, over here. They need to sit as far away, or they could try to charge Union out. You can't do either option. Looks like they're going to try to hold in the center here. It's going to be close. And with all CSA there, Union... Oh. Union's got more bodies on point, so when overtime starts, it looks like they have done it. So, I think good recovery from Union. They changed up the strategy after it going miserably in the beginning. I think CSA fell apart when they tried to charge the Union out once. I mean, that was a great move by Union to cap. It could be hard for CSA to retake. CSA really should have put their full effort into trying to sit back and cap the point from a distance instead of trying to charge in from both sides. That artillery for CSA will do a lot of damage on the Union clumping up near point, which they did, and that's how CSA was able to eventually throw them off. But in the end, Union won the day. I thought good decisions were made, though, at the end of the round, with CSA trying to hit Union in the final push as quick as possible. But in the end, Union had enough time. Just enough time. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. We have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and merch, and we have Twitter and Instagram if you want to get notified about our videos that way. But we will see you all in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.